hang out with some more friends?
I went to my dad's house.
Your dad's house?
I saved a bird's life and I caught a
You
lizard.
saved a bird's life?
Like literally, I pried a cat's mouth open.
Oh my gosh, that's hardcore. That's awesome. And you caught a lizard? Did its tail fall off when you tried to catch it?
No, I caught it with 2 nets. One net was like the yellow and I kind of scooped it.
You just scooped it in. What'd you do with the lizard then?
I put it in this like little pool thingy that would have like little animals in.
Okay.
And yeah, it was kind of like our pond, and then I put a rock in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Something to hang out on. Well, that's awesome. That sounds like a very exciting weekend. I did not have that exciting weekend. I just went to work. I work at the Creative Discovery Museum. Have you been there before?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I work, which is a pretty fun job, but it's
There was
still work.
one day that like there was a bunch of people in line. Like
Yeah.
it was like a lot of people. Like
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people want to go. You know, it's such a cool place.
no, like there was like a lot of people in the front, and my mom said she thinks it's like some kind of like half off thing or whatever.
Yeah. So every last Thursday of the month in the evening, we do free night, so anyone can just come in for free. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start. Okay, cool. We're gonna start first thing with breathing again, but we're gonna do something different. All right. So remember how we breathe in, right? Okay. Get your feet flat on the ground. So scoot up a little bit. Sit up straight, nice and straight. So when you're sitting up straight, your lungs can fill up to the most capacity that they can. If you're slunched over, your chest caves in, and your lungs can't fill up. So we're gonna breathe in, and we breathe out. This time, whenever we breathe out, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to breathe in for 4, out for 4. We are going to breathe out in our trumpet. So like this. I'll demonstrate it for you once. Okay? I'm going to empty out the air in my lungs. Does that make sense? So we're gonna breathe in for 4, play for 4, breathe in for 3, play for 3, in for 2, play for 2, in for 1, out for 1. Okay, ready? So exhale, put your trumpet up. Yeah?
So I'm featuring a band. This one is different because
We'll get to that in a second. Let's just warm up for right now. Let's remind ourselves how good some good breathing is. Okay? So exhale all your lungs. Ready? Very nice. Now what we're going to do, we're going to try something a little different. We are going to, never mind. We'll just keep going on to long-term warm-ups. So we're going to do this one right here, our favorite exercise. So it's just going down lower and lower each time, starting on the, what note is that?
open.
Yeah. What note is that? Do you have a way to remember all the notes?
I just like I said last time.
You just kind of memorize it, right?
Yeah.
So here's a way to remember it. Here's how I do it. I think of the sentence, every good boy deserves fudge. Have you heard of that before? Yeah, maybe? So that means, just look right here. So that one, I honestly, since I normally read bass clef, not treble clef, which is a little bit different, so I still think about it pretty much every day. So that's every good boy deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F. That's how I remember. So if you can remember, every good boy deserves fudge. Can you say it? Every good boy deserves fudge. So you just start from the bottom and go from there. So if you see a note you don't recognize, you just think, every good. That's a G. Alright, what note is that?
E.
E. Okay, let's look at another note. What is... Okay, it's all actually pretty low. So we're gonna... What note is that? Okay, yeah, so you just got that just like that. And so remember, what about in the spaces? Thank you, Jerry. How do you remember the bass, right? So what note is this right here?
C.
C. So you got it. Now you can do it just like that. And then the more you kind of just get used to it, the easier it'll be. So let's start right here, and you can just look up at these numbers right here. Second valve, first and second and third, 1 and third, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. So let's go and do it. We're doing it about this fast. 3, 4, and then we're going to take a big 1 count breath. Take a nice deep breath, fill up all your lungs. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's just do these last two. Remember, whenever we're slurring down to this last one, we need lots of
Oh,
air.
I thought we were.
Oh, yeah, no, we're doing this line right here. That's okay. So let's do these last 4 measures, all right? So it's open to 1, 2, and 3. So we're making our horn from the shortest it can possibly be to the longest it can possibly be. So we got to really just shoot a lot of air over. Last 4 measures right here, okay? 1, 2, 3. Very nice. And then we'll do these slurs right here. So each measure is the same finger. So all this is open, all this is second, all first, all 1, 2, all 2, 3, all 1, 3, all 1, 2, 3. Okay? Pretty easy, right? So we're going to do it about this fast. Let me demonstrate how I want you to breathe, okay? So you're going to take a 1 count breath in between that, kind of out of tone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very nice. All right. We'll go on from there. Let's work on these 2 pieces that we have. So you've done this a lot in band?
Yeah, but the notes are different.
Yeah, right. So well, do you want to start with Pikes Peak first then? Since you're maybe a little more familiar with it?
Yeah,
what were you, sorry, you were going to say something about featuring the band. What was it really?
So basically these notes are supposed to be down here instead of up here.
Oh, so take them an octave down?
Yeah, so they're supposed to be low G.
Okay, can you play low G?
It's like...
Yeah.
So those notes are supposed to be low G. This is a different...
Oh, are you playing first or second cornet?
I'm playing second.
Oh, okay, I grabbed first.
I was so confused.
That makes sense. All right, let me go grab...
Wait. So...
Okay, I'm gonna go grab the second. You do play second, is that right? Okay, I'm gonna go grab second, and then we'll see if it looks more familiar. Alright. Does that look more familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, well, let's just work on Pike's Peak first. This is, I remember you did play first cornet on that. So, let me hear you play by yourself, 1 to the end. How fast do you usually play it? Maybe this fast? Ba, 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 ba. Alright, scoop up on your chair a little bit. Get your feet flat on the ground. Draw power from the window. Alright? 1, 2, 3. Ba, ba, ba. Let's get that note first. Ready? Hold on. Let me just hear you play. And what note is that?
F.
F. And you play it how?
First off.
Very nice. Alright, let me just hear you play that F. Ready? Alright. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you struggled a little bit. What note is that? Think about.
D.
Yes, sir. How do you finger a D?
Second valve.
Yes, sir. So let me just hear you play that C, and then I'll tell you when to go to the D. Ready? Am I playing it right? Yeah, that's what it is. Ah! I'm having trouble with it. It's hard. So you really need to get lots of air. Let me just hear you play that C. You play it. We sound a little bit out of tune. I think I'm pushed a little too far up. Can you play it? Sounds like. Let me hear you play it all the way through. I'll play with you. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So you're still playing this D. Sounds a little off. Match my note, okay? It sounds like you're. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play C, and then we're gonna play a D flat, and then we're gonna play a D. So we're gonna go C, open, D flat, 1, D2. So let me demonstrate it for you. Alright, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Let me see your trumpet.
The bell's messed up, but that's it.
No? Okay, I'm sure it's fine. Alright, let's, so you got up to that D. So now let's get rid of the D flat in the middle. Alex, am I telling you something wrong? I might be.
Is it first?
So E is, that's what it is, because this is, I believe this is first valve. Yeah. Is that right? Alright, well, let me just hear you play it all the way again. Alright, just 1 through 8. Okay? Very nice. It seemed like you're a little. You got this perfect. This, you just go back to the same note. So you just hit that open. So I want you to try that again. But this time I want you to. So that's open. 1, 1, 2, open. Try that again and really nail this part. Okay. 5, 6. Way to go, buddy. That was perfect. Let's move on to, so this part, this is F. That means...
You play it loud?
You play loud. It's forte, right? F is for forte. What does this mean?
Mezzo forte, you play it soft.
Yeah, well, not quite
Well,
soft,
no,
but just like norm,
neutral.
like medium. Okay, so if this is loud, we change the dynamics to kind of make things like make lots of difference, right? So at the beginning is this big proud ba 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 ba, and then the next part is ba ba ba. It's kind of like this big, huge dramatic difference, right? So everyone's like, whoa, what happened? It makes things really, really interesting. All right, so we're gonna play this, and then we'll wait 3 measures, and then we'll come in right here. Okay. So we're gonna play here to here. All right. Make sense? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Three, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Can you play that? Can you play it softer? So how about this? I want you to play it right now. I want you to play it as loud as you can. Okay, ready? Alright, first off, we can't get a good tone if we're bunched up like this. So, if you ever find your shoulders like this, relax a little bit, take your shoulders down. What note is that? Okay, can you play that louder? Awesome. Now, I want you to play it as quietly as you can. Great. Can you play it even quieter than that?
No.
I want you to try. Remember, before you play it, anytime before you play, always take a nice deep breath. So that was pretty hard, right? Which was harder, playing it softer or louder? Both were pretty hard, right? So playing soft is I think playing softer is harder than playing loud. Because it's very easy to just go empty out your lungs and just blast out a note. But it's very hard to do it very delicately. Now, we really don't need to do it that quiet, but let's try to find somewhere in the middle, all right? So for our forte, just listen to me. Our forte is, and our piano is, let's find our middle, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready? Awesome. Now, let's do that again, and let's make a big difference between this forte and this mezzo forte.
Okay.
And then if that's good, we'll just keep going. Okay, ready? I just want to hear you play. 1, 2, 3. Remember the 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So that was good. So what was good? Let me tell you what was good. What was good is that you hit that C. All right. You struggled with that a little bit before, but you hit that right off the bat. So that was good. What you need a little work on is you need to work on making it quieter because you played at the same volume here. So let's just start right at this measure, and we'll try to make it as far as we can. I won't stop you. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're going to do this quietly. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2. That's okay. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so let's start. You did it fine earlier. I think you're trying to go a little too quiet. So just play like normally. Here's the thing. Here's a hint. All right. So if you just, it's harder to play quieter than it is to play like louder. So why don't you make this part louder than you normally would? So that way this sounds more like medium forte, right? So if you make this louder, then by contrast, this is going to sound, if you just played normally, this is going to sound normal. So don't kind of get in your head. That way you can just focus on playing normally this kind of high C, okay? So let's start from the beginning, and I don't want you to stop. Even if you make a mistake, keep going. 1, 2, 3. Let's get that first note. Two, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Ba ba ba. 2. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. So what is that? B
flat.
B flat. So we play B flat how?
First up.
Yes, sir. So that's just where. Can you play that? There you go. That's nice and easy. Then the hard part is just coming out of nowhere and going. Can you do that? Very nice. Can you do it again? Alright, now let's do this one. Ready? Very nice. Excuse me. And let's start right here, and let's keep going. Let's see what else we can do. Because we've done this so many times. I want to do something new. So let's start right here at this note. What note is that?
A.
And then?
G.
G. And then?
F.
Very nice. How do you finger those notes?
A is 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then G is O.
Yes, sir. And then?
F is first vowel.
Yes, sir. Very cool. And then we go back to our kind of what we did before. So let's start right there. I'll play with you. Let's get our first note. All right. 1, 2. 2, 3. Sounds like I'm extremely out of tune. I think that might be my problem. I'm extremely out of tune, or you might be extremely out of tune. Either way, that's fine. So, how do you play this rhythm here? It looks harder than it actually is. So let's kind of look at it. So what kind of note is that?
No.
Oh no, sorry, not like. I mean, like, is it a quarter note, a whole note?
Oh, it's
16th note, 8th note.
I forgot it.
You forgot?
But it's not any of those.
Are you sure?
It's a,
What kind of note is that?
that's an 8th note.
Okay. What kind of note is that? Does it look the same? Does it look similar, right? Because it has, if we look at a quarter note, it just has the stem up. That's a quarter note. If we look at like a half note, it's open. A whole note, it's open. What's an 8th note like?
2 quarter notes together.
Sure, yeah, right? Or not it's like 2 8th notes, right? This is 2 8th notes. So what if you just had an 8th note by itself? What would it look like?
A quarter note.
Not quite. What's different about that? What's on the top of it?
A line.
A line, right? So let's look at that. What's on the bottom of that?
A curve.
Think about it like this. Look at it like that. What's on top of it? It's curved down, but it's a line, right? So that's an 8th note. Whenever there's an 8th note by itself, I'm not going to play Mr. Butler's music. Whenever you have an 8th note by itself, a lot of times you'll see 2 8th notes together like this, right? But an 8th note by itself, if you just get rid of the 8th note, it looks like that. And if you just turn it upside down, it's the same thing. Okay? Or I guess I did it the same way. If you turn it upside down, it's like that. Okay? So that's an 8th note. So that's an 8th note. What is that? Right there. Where have you seen that before? How did you play that?
It's like...
It's just like a really short thing, right? Because this is an 8th note, and this is an 8th rest. So really, we just think about that as playing it like maybe just a really short quarter note, right? So if this is a short quarter note, then we just like have a half note, and then we have a regular quarter note. So we'd play it like this. Let me find that D. Let me get this. So you'd play it da, 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 da. Like that. Can you try to play it like that? Let's find that first note. Very nice. Now let's play the rhythm. Da 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 da. Can you sing it? So you're going too far down. But you got the rhythm down, which is good. Now we just need to get the notes down. You're going da 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 da. We need to go just down to that C. Very nice. It sounds like how much time? We've done just about 30 minutes. All right, it looks like they're packing up. Well, Jerry, this is the last lesson we're gonna do, so you won't have to worry about doing this anymore. Thank you so much for doing this, for volunteering to do this. I can't really give you anything to do for next time since we're not meeting again, so I'm just gonna tell you to remember, just try to remember all the things that I taught you about breathing, about how to remember all the notes, about sitting up straight, keeping your feet on the ground, and just keep playing trumpet, dude. Just keep going at it. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey there.
We on.
All right, man. You're free to go. Thank you so much.
What?